back to another episode, everybody, of Extraordinary Women, where I bring all of you ladies some inspiring and motivating stories from women of all backgrounds.
Mhm.
Joining me today is Miss Laesha Ebony. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. So,
Thanks for
for
having
the
me.
people that don't know you, introduce yourself, your occupation, where you're from, what you do, and just, I don't know, a little something fun about you, fun fact about you.
Okay, so I'm originally from New York. I am a first generation American because my family's from an island. I grew up in Georgia, so probably from middle school to just being an adult, I lived in Georgia and I really loved it. It was very diverse and it was very great to see people of color, really thriving in Atlanta. And I'm a military spouse. I'm a mom of two, so I have two little girls and I'm an esthetician. So, being a skincare therapist, I really like to help people feel confident in their skin and really take the steps needed to have the skincare regimen that they really need.
Okay, so how long have you been practicing being an esthetician, and what made you want to become one? I know you said that you like making people feel comfortable in their skin, but what else inspired you to become one? And how long does it take to actually get licensed for that? And what kind of schooling do you have to go through for that?
Oh, okay. Yes. So I've been an esthetician since 2012. I got my certifications. You go and get your license and everything else. Schooling takes about a year. I did it in 10 months, so yeah, for me.
Good for you.
And then I've been practicing off and on because I'm a military spouse the whole time, just because we move around so much and it does take a lot to like build a clientele and find some place that you really feel comfortable working. So we're getting out this year actually, so I'm really excited to actually open up my own practice and create the products and things that I'm interested in creating.
So you plan on opening your own practice?
At least like a studio or something like that. We're kind of still debating where we're going to be settling down for, the next few years. So once we decide that, then I am going to open up like my own space, basically. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Mhm.
Good for you. So what's your vision for that? I mean, that's pretty big. That's a big deal, opening your own practice, opening your own space. But what's your vision for that? How do you see that going, or, a goal like 5 years from now? Where would you see that going?
Yeah, so I want to provide the services, facials, eyebrows, makeup, and eyelash extensions. So those are the things that I'm very much so like to, provide for my clients. And it's such a amazing industry. It's very empowering for women, and people love to just feel their best, and facials really help with that.
When you look your best, you feel your best. So,
Yeah, basic.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the truth. I mean, I know with me, every time I go to a spa, and when I leave, when I get a facial or when I get my nails done or eyebrows done, I always feel, as you put it, empowered.
Yeah.
I feel sexy. I feel beautiful,
Yeah.
and I feel fresh, a brand new me, pretty much. So. That leads me to my next question. So, how does this occupation, or how does this position impact our society today, and how does it impact women? We see on social media a lot of, um, a lot of health gurus out there talking about how to take care of yourself, from diets to certain facials to natural things you can do. So how does this impact our society, and how does it impact women today?
So it impacts our society because it really helps people with their confidence. I've seen men, I've seen women, young people, older people. I have a diverse clientele whenever I would work in clinics, and it does make them feel better about themselves. Sometimes they have a skincare condition that they've been hiding, and they just don't know how to get a handle on it. So I feel like providing the service really helps empower women, girls. The earlier you find a facialist that you like, or even just find facials, the art of getting facials, it really does help your self-care, and it really does help your self-confidence, and it also lets you relax. Somebody touching on your face for an hour, that's rare for someone to just have that type of contact for an hour. So it really allows them to relax and feel their best. And that's what I feel like it does as far as impacting our society today. It's kind of been a little bit difficult during the pandemic, but overall just helping you understand like what your skin needs, and also helping you accept the things that you really just can't change. It may be something that you have that's hereditary, and someone saying to you, you know what, look at it a different way. Instead of it being something that's hindering you, look at it as, hey, this is something that I can't control, but I'm going to persevere through it. So I think it helps in a lot of different ways, actually.
I was going to ask you, with today's circumstances of COVID-19, how are you ensuring, or are you still taking clients, and how are you ensuring that, your clients are safe? Let's say someone's like, I really could use a facial, or I could really use, a lash fill, but they're scared to go out and get that done. Talk to me a little bit about some of the health and safety measures that you have taken to ensure that your clients are in fact safe to do that.
Well, currently I'm not practicing.
Okay.
Due to COVID, I have two daughters. They're younger girls, and so for us, it was, do I stay home with them and help them through this time that's very changing and very different for just, and very taxing on even adults, or do
Hmm.
I continue to practice? And we moved here last January, so we've been here for pretty much the whole pandemic. And so I just kind of took it upon myself to stay at home with them versus continuing to work. But what I will say is there's so many at home things that you can do to continue to enjoy your self-care, because it really is about self-care and making sure that you feel your best even in these trying times. So I would say there's lots of at-home kits like the lash lamination kits. There's Lashify, where you can actually apply your own eyelashes, and it might not be the thing that you want to do. You might want to go see someone, but I also think that your health and your safety is also important. So for me, I think whenever we're facing something like this, just empowering your clients to try new things and pointing them in the direction of things that make sense for them and their skill level.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit too.
Mhm,
With COVID and health issues out
mhm,
there right now, and this being a very contagious disease, what are some, you know facials or skin masks that people can that people can create at home,
mhm,
and it also is a good way to, I don't know, in a way, like, kind of protect them from, getting sick. 'Cause, they say take vitamin C, take vitamin D as a good supplement
mhm.
to make sure you don't contract any kind of, like, flus or viruses or anything like that. But what are some, talking about beauty and health at the same time,
Mhm.
what are some, skin mask or some facials that people can create at home to not only make themselves feel beautiful and feel sexy, but to also make themselves feel healthy and protected from other viruses or diseases that might be out there that could contribute to, them not getting those viruses.
Well, I would say one of the biggest things is you need to know your skin type. People don't realize, but your skin is your biggest organ, and it's protecting you from the world. It's your safety suit. So making sure you take care of it, understanding what skincare issues you already have. Some people may have melasma from being pregnant, or you might, suffer from acne. I have PCOS, so one of mine is that I do suffer from, I do get like cystic acne sometimes, and other forms of acne. So understanding how to take care of your skin is going to be the biggest thing. So you don't want to have a lot of open wounds, because then that's just allowing bacteria in. Making sure that you're using the right body care, that's going to actually add that moisture that you need, so that your moisture barrier is protecting you actually from the world. So and just making sure that you're wearing your mask, because a lot of people still are not like properly, wearing their mask. So that's something else that you need to focus on. But there's lots of things. You don't even have to create them at home. You can order them from, one of the delivery services, and they have great things in Ulta or Sephora that you can order from home and really pamper yourself at home. Sheet masks are great. Collagen masks are really nice to do at home, and they're nice and they're cooling, and they also just add that really relaxing element for you as well.
Yeah, I have seen some really nice stuff in Ulta
Mhm.
before where they have they carry some nice skin mask and face mask. I get a mud mask from there, and
Yeah.
that's really nice and relaxing. And something that I was talking to another interviewee last week about was self-care days. And what
Mhm.
I do is I will take that facial, I'll put it on my face, and then I'll take a nice long warm bath and
Mhm.
just make sure I do a self-care Sunday. I call it self-care Sunday
Yeah,
every day
I
because
do
that's
love
that's
Sundays.
that's when I just relax. I don't worry about anything. I don't trip about nothing. I'm like, you know what? I'll take care of it on Monday. I'm not gonna worry about it today.
Yeah. That's important, just taking care of yourself, because you have to serve from an empty cup, I feel like. And if you are running low, you cannot give to other people. So and during this time, it's just been trying on everyone. So
Yeah.
making sure that you are, at least painting your nails if you're not able to go to a nail shop. You're doing your skincare, and like I said, knowing your skincare, your skin type is going to be like the very base level, so that you can get the products that work for your skin. And then I would say having a good cleanser is going to be something like an oil cleanser is really nice for people, because it's usually good for any skin type, and it'll really help with just making you feel your best. So yeah.
So, something that I've always wondered, and I'm still learning this myself, but how
Mhm.
does one go about identifying their skin type? Like, are there so being an esthetician, are is there like a scale that you
Yeah.
look at and you look at it and say, okay, this is your skin type, but let's say someone at home doesn't have that scale or they don't know what their skin type is. How can a person go about figuring out their skin type?
All right, so there are a few different types of skin types. There's oily, there's combination, where you can be combination in some air. You can be oily in some spots and dry in some spots. There's balanced. I don't call it normal, because any skin can be balanced. If you have oily skin, you can balance it out. If you have dry skin but you take care of it properly, it'll be balanced. So that's where people think, oh, it's normal. And then there's combination skin. So there's really four. Sometimes people, and you can have oily skin on your chest, but then on your back is dry. So you also have to look at those things. And then you can also have skin conditions like being dehydrated. So what you want to know is, when you're thinking about your skin and oily, dry, combination, balance, is it oily? Like, and when you wake up in the morning, does your skin have a sheen to it? If it's sheeny when you wake up, then more than likely in those areas your skin is oily. If your skin feels tight in areas, it's more than likely dry, or it could be dehydrated. Um, and then if your skin is balanced, it's just going to look it's going to look moisturized, but not oily, not very shiny, and it's not going to feel tight and dry. And from there, that's when you get products that make more sense for your skin. So if you have oily skin, if the product says it's good for oily skin, or it has like a jellier texture, that's going to be a good product for oily skin. Whereas if you have dry skin, you might need more of a cream.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good advice to think about because I have eczema, so my skin is well, it's kind of in between. Like my
Yeah.
skin can be dry, then it can be oily. But I know with me, since you mentioned when you wake up in the morning, is your skin, oily? Like my skin tends to be very oily when I
Mhm.
wake up in the morning, which I have no idea how that happens. When I wash it at night, I let it just dry out, and then I
Mhm.
wake up in the morning, it's just super oily all over the place.
Yeah, so you
But
have oily skin, which is nothing wrong with having oily skin, because oily skin tends to look younger longer. Dry skin, you'll notice like a more fine lines and wrinkles a little bit faster. But you can balance your oily skin by taking proper care of it. Because a lot of people say, oh, I only use soap and water and I only use a rag. Well, it might work for you, but more than likely, no, your skin is needing to be taken care of properly. And you would see it thrive a little bit better. And then even sometimes, like I know when I get stressed out or I have a lot of things going on, like right now, I tend to break out more. So just
Yeah.
being forgiving and understanding of yourself is something that I also feel like really helps with being an esthetician. I am more compassionate with myself, and I teach my clients to be more compassionate with their self as far as their skin is as well.
Hmm. So you are, as you said earlier, you're also a military spouse.
Uh-huh.
How do you balance that stress, and how do you balance that being a mom? Like, how do you not so much show your stress to your daughters, you
Like,
know?
okay, yeah, yeah. So I was a military child, so that's like first my mom was in the Navy when I was growing up, so I understood the situation. I didn't like it as a child. I met my husband in college, so we're going on knowing each other like 16, 17 years, something like that.
Hmm.
So I didn't start out being a military spouse. I knew him for a long time before he even decided to join the military. And then I guess, how do I balance it? It's still not fun. Especially having children. It does make it just a little bit different because they're not used to him being gone. They're like, little kids, and they're like, so much going on. But I think just taking time for myself. We have cameras in the home, so if I need to just go sit in my room by myself and take a 15-minute time for myself, I'll do that, because I understand that, like, not being at like not performing at my best is gonna affect them. So I try to take time for myself. Um, I do things that I enjoy. I watch shows that I enjoy. I listen to music a lot.
Yeah.
I just try to find my happy place so that I can better make it happy for them. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That goes back to that, the self-care Sunday, I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you just got to take a moment to yourself and treat your body and your mind too like a temple.
Yeah.
Like I stated, I had an interview with somebody else, and I was, saying you got to really treat your mind and your body like a temple, where when you're stressed out, you have to let your body relax.
Yeah.
You have to listen to your body, and that also goes along with taking care of yourself. And
Yeah.
when you look good, you feel good. So just doing that self-care spa day, all of that can definitely play a huge role in balancing those daily challenges that we have, which a lot of us are facing
Yes,
today.
every
You
day.
know,
This is a whole different world that we're living in right now. Not saying
yes,
that before the pandemic it was amazing and there weren't any challenges. There definitely were, but it's it's a more of a camaraderie because everyone is going through this right now. Like,
yeah,
I think people can more relate to one another because we're seeing it more
hmm,
in real time, and then also we're just experiencing it together. So um having someone that you can talk to and that they can talk to you and they feel comfortable with you, that's always good. I like baths. I think
yeah,
that's always, helpful. um and like I said, finding things and actually engaging in things that make you happy, and asking for help when you need help. A lot of people don't ask for help. I found that in just working as an esthetician, that they will struggle and really be dealing with a skincare condition for years, and not knowing that there's someone that could help them, that they don't have to
right.
go to the doctor in order to take care of it. And and that does help. And just being able to receive help and provide help for people at this time is a great is great. And just finding a community that you can be with it also helps.
Yeah. Since we're talking about health and beauty,
Hmm.
and you being a mother of two beautiful young girls, I'm sure.
Yes.
So what is something that you want your daughters to take away from your profession? And what is something that you want them to take away from society growing up, as, Black women in America and just growing up being, naturally beautiful, what is something that you want them to take away in health and beauty?
So when you ask about from my profession, I'm pretty sure like my younger one or my older one, excuse me, wants to do aesthetics. She loves like getting face massages. That's like a thing she loves. I'm always trying out different tools, and she loves to try them out with me. I make sure they're kids safe or whatever, but she loves trying out different machines that I have. As far as like feeling beautiful and being beautiful, I just instill confidence in them. I always tell them that they're beautiful, they're strong. I affirm to them, and I have them repeat it to themselves. My husband always says they're not going to have a problem with confidence. They'll go to the mirror and be like, "I'm so cute, I'm so pretty," different things. So I just like to um any children that are around me that know me, I impart that to any child, because everyone is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it has something beautiful about themselves, and sometimes you just need to hear that from somebody. I'll see somebody across the street and be like, "Oh, I love your outfit," or whatever. It's important to, you don't know how your words can impact somebody, and I just try to always tell people that they're doing great. In my skincare consultations, if you come and get a facial from me, I ask one of the things, what is something that you love about your skin, because people don't really articulate that out loud, and
Hmm.
or sometimes even say like, these are the things I appreciate about myself. So I try to just always let people know that those things are important, because you are your biggest cheerleader, and so if you don't cheer yourself on, you can't expect anybody else to cheer you on.
That's very true. I mean, my dad taught me the same thing. You have to really just have that self-confidence. And he told me every day too, like I was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And so did my mom too. But yeah, definitely telling your kids that they're beautiful. And I can only imagine, like I can just see your daughter just loving being a part of that, and like
Mm-hmm.
getting into aesthetics
Yeah.
and taking care of herself and beauty. Because we take after our parents.
Yeah.
We see what our parents do, and not only that, they identify with the fact that their parents are happy doing what they're doing. So I'm pretty sure your daughter seeing you do that, I'm pretty sure her seeing you do that is something that inspires her already, and she probably wants to take that on as she gets older.
Yeah, they
So
like to sit around, and I'll be doing my makeup, and they'll want to sit in the room with me and do it. So I think it's important, and also just representation. Like, if I would have known this job was available before I went to college, I would have went to school for this first. And I think
yes.
a lot of times you can get your license at 16 in a
Hmm.
lot of states. So this is a great occupation for women, for men, anyone to actually really empower themselves. In certain areas, you can make $300,000 being an esthetician. So it's a really lucrative industry, and it's also a really great industry, and it's a great community to be in. There's
Hmm.
always skin innovations, and there's always new things. So I would love for them to get into this industry and start off early and just grow, because it's only going to build them, give them more confidence in business, give them more confidence in public speaking. You have to speak to someone and really recommend products to them, and really grow someone's trust really easily, because you're spending so much time with them for in one slot of time. So I think it's a great industry for them, and if they do decide to join it's amazing. And I think more people should introduce their children to different job opportunities, because you
Yes.
never know what's gonna excite them. And also, everyone cannot be a basketball player or a singer, or you know um a reality TV star or whatever. So it's so many other options, and just giving children, period, different examples of what is out there for them is going to be what really pushes our community forward.
Yeah. So, what's something you love most about what you do? Like you wake up in the morning and, what gets you out of bed?
As far as being an esthetician, that there is so much innovation in the industry and there is so much opportunity. Everybody has skin and they either love it and they want to keep it the way it is. They're having a challenge with it and they need help from you to really get to the root of the problem, or they don't even know that you exist and then you get to introduce them to this new way to take care of themselves. So every day is different. You can go to the same building, you could work the same hours, but every day is going to be a different challenge or a different opportunity. So that's what I love about aesthetics. And it also allows me to be myself, and by saying that, I really like people, but I am very much so a, I wouldn't say an introvert, but I like my personal time.
Mhm.
So aesthetics for me allows me to meet people. I can meet, 5 or 6 different people in a day, depending on how many hours I work, but I also still get to have that solace because they're not talking to me while I'm doing their face. So
Mhm.
I get to meet them and help them, but I also get to have my own personal time when I'm doing the service. So it's really like a win-win for me, and that's what I love about it. I love a lot of aspects about it. It's some things in the industry I'm not a big fan of, but I get to choose which things I do and which things I don't do, and I love the choice of it as well. So I just like it.
Yeah.
I just like it.
What are some of your favorite facials to do? I'm always looking for something fresh and new, and
Uh-huh.
I see stuff online, I'm like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I want to try that. What are some of your favorite facials to do, and something that you recommend that's for all skin types, black, white, Latina, all kinds of skin types and all kinds of nationalities?
So I would say the classic facial is the best one to learn and get to know. One, it provides a good stepping stone, and it also helps someone see the potential of their skin, because sometimes they just didn't know like what was available to them, and then you
Hmm.
give them a facial and they do see the difference in one facial sitting, and then that sparks their interest into coming back. So I would say the classic facial is really fun. I think that more people should get V steams. Estheticians can do them, and they just help with your overall body balance. And I really like that. I like to do the LED light facials. Those are fun.
Hmm.
Um,
Never heard of that. That's interesting.
yeah, they're really nice. And probably some product lines that I enjoy. I'm a Dermalogica expert, so I really enjoy Dermalogica's, like, the innovation that they bring to the industry. And yeah, yeah. So
Okay, okay. Would you prefer to feel beautiful or sexy? And is there a difference between feeling beautiful and sexy?
there is a difference. As far as to society, I would rather feel beautiful. Um, but I don't see anything wrong with being sexy. Some people feel beautiful when they are sexy. So
Hmm.
I think there's a difference, but it's really on the person. For me, beautiful is um like a holistic thing. Um well, no, both of them are like holistic, but just in different ways. I think be beautiful to the world and be sexy with your partner. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm kind of the same way. I feel like to be beautiful, I see as internal,
Hmm.
just kind of representing yourself in a certain way where okay, you're so something that I've accepted about myself that I find very beautiful is that I love very easy. I love people,
Hmm.
and I love sharing love with people.
Hmm.
So that's something that I've learned to accept about myself, and I find that beautiful. But there are days where I'm like, I feel sexy, and like that could apply to whether it's my hair looks nice, I can apply whether to, I just did a really nice intense workout and, I saw the results as I walked past the mirror, something
Mhm.
like that. So
Yeah.
I think, it's important for, women to feel both, whether
Yeah.
it's whether your partner makes you feel that way or whether, society makes you feel that way, to feel beautiful and sexy is all around a good thing.
Yeah. I
So
don't I don't think either one is or I don't think either one is I think they're different. They have
yeah.
different places where they can, fit into your life. Um but I think like to society, I rather feel beautiful. I think beauty goes with how you have your hair and how you express
Hmm.
your style and different things like that. Where sexy is more for like for sex. so,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think they both have their functions, and I feel both of them at different times. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with beauty is the difference between the two. Beauty, it's more internal,
Hmm.
and then for sexy, I feel like it's more external.
Okay.
Because you can look at a person and you can see they're attractive. You see, oh, she's pretty, she's beautiful. Oh, he's handsome. You see all that. But when you get to know them and you talk to them, sometimes when a person can really hold a nice conversation or you see a very different intelligent side of them, that to me is a beautiful aspect. But
Hmm.
then like sexy to me is like, I don't know why, but when I think of sexy, I think of like kind of like lustful in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
that's
can.
that's kind of how I identify with sexy, I mean,
Yeah, I can.
like the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, sexy. I look at him and I just see all body. I don't care about anything
I
else
like him.
really.
I
I
think
just see.
he seems like a beautiful person too. Maybe so. That's why I think people encompass. It's different times that they can encompass it in
Yeah,
different ways. But I think it's both. It's important to feel both of them for yourself,
definitely.
and a lot of people actually don't either way. And sometimes that can impact different parts of their life in different ways. So I
Yeah,
think for me, I would like to feel, like I said, beautiful to the world. I think I want people to think, hey, she's a good spirit and she carries
yeah.
herself properly. She's a good mom. That's the things that make
Hmm.
people beautiful because you can look good on the outside, but be like really like a trash person, like you just talk to
Yeah,
people any kind of way. That's not beautiful. That's not sexy to me. So you can look sexy or you can look beautiful, but then you can also be like just a trash person. And then they can also have people who are not at what is considered I would say like I think of it sometimes like how Biggie Smalls, people said they loved like being around him. Physically
hmm,
he wasn't like everybody's ideal guy, but people found him to be a beautiful person because
yep,
of his talent and of his humor. So I think you can be beautiful and not sexy, you can be sexy and not beautiful, you can be sexy to somebody because of how much of a nice and beautiful person you are. So it just depends.
yeah. To,
Yeah.
to to each his own, to each
Yeah.
his own. But I'm with you on that. With everything you just said, it's just I would want to feel beautiful to society. Someone sees me and they know me and they get to know me. They're like, oh, she's a beautiful spirit. And then I would definitely want to be sexy to my husband for sure. I mean, actually, I want to be both,
Yeah.
but
I want, yeah, both.
I want to be both.
Both. So,
but but I definitely like to feel sexy in front of him. We have a date night. I put on a really nice dress.
period.
We go out, and that's it. That's
Period.
sexy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
um,
yeah.
but yeah. So really quick, where can everyone follow you on social media, and how do people get in touch with you if they have questions about how to take care of their skin?
Oh, okay. So currently, I am revamping a lot of my marketing things just because, like I said, we're in a transition of getting out. But on Instagram, I am So just the letters L and E, the Etsy at that's on Instagram. And I'm also on Clubhouse with the same handle. So if you want to find me in those two places, I am going to be vamping it up where I do start doing skincare consultations again and things like that, because like I said, I've been being a stay-at-home mom and educator and maid and everything else for the last year with the the virus and stuff going on. But I am working on that now. So you definitely can find me in those two places. And if you have questions, just send me a DM right now as far as like, are you using the right products and different things like that. I'd be more than happy. Oh, I have a Facebook page as well. So any of those places, it's LE the Etsy.
All right, ladies, you heard her. Follow her. If you have any questions in regards to how to take care of yourself, beauty, skincare, reach out to her. She will help you. And thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it. This was fun. I think a lot of women are going to take a lot from this, and
Well, thank you. Thank you.
they're really going to enjoy this session. Because every woman needs to know how to take care of themselves, internally and externally as well. So thank you again for joining me. I will see you guys next time for another episode of Extraordinary Women.
Thank you, Vashti. Bye.
Bye.